Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So, I am going to say this, right? How do you people want black people to protect you? How do you want black people to speak up for you? How do you want black people to be there for you when you guys are never there for black people? The truth is that these people actually want black people not to ever speak up about what is going on with them. They want black people to suffer in silence and do everything in silence because to them, stop talking about it. When you stop talking about it, it will go away. Since when did not talking about it made it go away? Because I have been on this topic for the past 4 years and nothing has happened. So how do you think that when they stop talking about it, it will go away? Man, this is crazy. So now let's continue this, right? He said he does not like people that did not vote for him. See, I don't think this is new. Right from the onset, we knew. And the fact that he said this because he knew the people that did not vote for him were mostly people that look like me. So coming out to remind us is like coming out to tell people what they already knew. Now, I am going to say this to black people, enough of nurturing people. Enough of trying to protect these people and all that, enough of trying to kill them with kindness because when you kill when you are kind to them that they will be nice. No, they ain't ever gonna be nice. Let's get into this video.
Your president said he hates you. That's right. The president of the United States said that if you didn't vote for him, he hates you. Not that he disagreed with your decision, but he flat out hates you. Are you hearing this? What do you think that does to his base? You guys do see what's going on here, I hope. He's dropping these little breadcrumbs of division, telling the American people in front of their face that he hates them and that he hates them. No president ever in history has ever said anything like that. Now, keep in mind, most Americans didn't vote for Donald Trump. He only got, 79 million votes? So he hates majority of the American population is what I'm hearing. So if he hates us, who is he working for? Would you stay in a relationship with a man who hates you? If you hate me, then you shouldn't be able to serve for me. I'll tell you this. We hate him too. I hate that he's taking away resources for the poor and the elderly. I hate that he's literally kidnapping people in the middle of the streets and then locking them into concentration camps. I hate that he only serves the rich. I hate that he's dismantling things in the education sector for our children. I hate how embarrassing he's making it to be an American. And since he hates us so much, he shouldn't work for us. Bottom line.
They want black people to suffer in silence. That's what they want from us, black people. They want us to suffer, but they want us to shut the fuck up about it. How dare we open our mouths and complain about the constant disrespect, racism, oppression, systemic discrimination? How dare we open our mouths? We should just accept it. That is what it means to be black. Don't you get that, sis? Don't you get that, king? Don't you get that, sibling? For my non-binary black people out there, I love you. We are supposed to take it silently, endure it. Take the disrespect, take the racism, take the N-words, take all of it, and then show up with a smile on our face and put our bodies on the line to protect those people who are calling us N-words. To protect those people who are discriminating against us, to protect those people who are oppressing us and redlining us and preventing us from achieving the goals that we seek to achieve, although we still always do because we're them bitches. Me, a black woman, made a post talking to other black women about how frustrated I am about having to see the nonsense going on in Los Angeles that was so clearly avoidable. And I have non-black people in my comments telling me, can you stop talking about this? Someone had the nerve to tell me that I'm rubbing it in their face. What the fuck do you mean I'm rubbing it in your face? Having a conversation between me and fellow black women about how I feel and about how we feel. And we're rubbing our experience in your face. It's because you want us to shut the fuck up. That's what it is. Yes, you know that we're right. Yes, you know that you were wrong. But can us Negroes just shut the fuck up about it? That is the energy. That is the energy because they want us to suffer in silence. That's why they got so mad about black people going back to Starbucks, because we were supposed to do our Negro duties, and we were supposed to shut the fuck up and suffer in silence. How dare we give them their same energy back? How dare we? How dare we not be the bigger person? Because as usual, us Negroes always have to be the bigger person. Y'all don't get to be so wrong that you destroy the fucking planet and don't have to hear about it. You gonna hear about this shit. Our big fat black lips are gonna be jabbering, bitches. Get used to it, because it's about fucking time y'all start hearing about yourselves. Black people, they tell you to be quiet, talk louder. Black people, we need to start giving these folks their energy back. The killing them with kindness, the doing right by people who are doing wrong by you, it hasn't worked. It's never worked. And not only has it not worked, but it's created a sense of entitlement in these fucking motherfuckers. These motherfuckers think that they're entitled to our free ass labor and our fucking bodies being put on the line. It's not in our nature. Culturally, black people throughout the whole entire diaspora on the continent, culturally, we are taught to treat people right, full stop. Not treat people right because you think they can do something for you. Not treat people right because they're higher than you in the social hierarchy. Treat people right because that's just the way you're supposed to behave. And we keep approaching everybody else in the world like that, but they're not giving us that same energy back. The nicer we treat them, the worse and worse they treat us. They see our kindness and they take it for weakness. They take it for stupidity. They take it as something to be taken advantage of. We need to give them the same disdainful energy that they constantly give us. They're evil and racist and disrespectful and nasty as fuck to us. Give it right the fuck back. These folks only respect when you give them their same fucking energy back. They are not on a vibrational frequency to understand and to respect humanity. Human basic kindness and respect. They don't have that vibrational frequency inside of them. They've beaten that out of themselves for generations in an aspiration to be fucking white. This is why they're losing their minds now that we black people have said we're gonna mind our fucking business and stay out of their business and stay off the motherfucking streets. That's why they're losing their fucking minds, because they believe that they are entitled to our free labor. They believe that black people were created to serve them. They believe we were created to serve them, so much so that they don't even have to give us an ounce of respect while demanding that servitude. Because it's just what it's supposed to be in their fucked up, racist, anti-black, disgusting, dirty, rotten, cancer-infected fucking minds. Killing them with kindness doesn't work. Showing them godliness doesn't work. Showing them how to treat each other like decent human beings doesn't work. Give them their nasty fucking energy back.
Isn't it so painfully ironic? The same group of people who wouldn't vote for that lady are now turning around and asking, where's the tolerant left now? So much for woke liberalism. Where are you guys now to save us and protect us from this tirade, from this mess that Trump is doing? We were in the voting booth in November. Where were you? You all genuinely sat there and believed with every fiber, every ounce of your being, that a president born into a billionaire family, born into generational wealth that you can't even quantify, would be someone who would make legislation and public policy that's in your best interest? And you know what? You don't have to answer that, because I already know what the answer to that is. I made a video about that a little while back. The answer is yes, you genuinely believe that. The other half of it, too, that I want us to understand is just how self-destructive white supremacy ultimately is. Because white supremacy will step in wherever there is an opportunity to provide widespread access to something like a social safety net, for example. White supremacy is just there waiting in the wings, waiting in the corners, waiting in the shadows to jump in and say, no, we cannot have this widespread social safety net because there will be bad actors in the system who will take advantage of it. Code for Black people will also have access to the social safety net and will improve their standing. And we as white people cannot have that. When I learned that in the wake of the civil rights movement and in the wake of mandated desegregation, white people deliberately closed down public pools, public libraries, public parks, etc., even if it meant that they no longer had free access to those things and would have to pay to access those things, if it ultimately meant that Black people wouldn't have access to those things at all, they were willing to bite that bullet. It's just a small price to pay for racist, bigoted white people to not have access to something if Black people also do not have access to that something. And Black people also be grouped with immigrants, non-Black people of color, women, etc. But it starts and ends with Black people, though, because Black people were the folks who were enslaved here in the United States, right? Also not discounting, or forgive me if I'm not including our Native and Indigenous brothers and sisters in this conversation. I don't want to speak over your voices, though, because I am not Native or Indigenous myself. I leave you to make those conclusions on your own. The sole reasons why we do not have widespread any fucking thing in this country is because of white racism, white supremacy, and bigotry. Those are the sole reasons why. To people who voted for Trump, knowing that they live off of Social Security, knowing that they live off of Medicare, knowing that their healthcare jobs are dependent upon people having Medicaid and Medicare, and voted for Trump when Trump explicitly said his sole intention was to completely eliminate all of those programs, knowing that their livelihoods, their ability to eat, to sleep, to rest, to be taken care of would be negatively impacted by that. And what did they do? They still voted for Trump, and now they're over here crying about so much for the tolerant left. Fuck you. I am the intolerant left. You know why? Because I was tolerant in that voting booth, and you should have been too. You're a stupid motherfucker. I hope this comes across your For You page or one of your social media pages. You are a stupid, empty-headed, dumb motherfucker for truly believing that Trump was going to make an exception for your poor white ass. Because let's be very honest with ourselves. There are like 5, maybe 6 prominent white wealthy families that you can name off the top of your head. The Kennedys, the Vanderbilts, the Carnegies, the Rockefellers. The rest of you white folk are poor. Let's be very clear. You are not part of the 1%. You are not part of the 100%, if we're being honest either. You have to work for a living. And when you retire, then you have to rely on Social Security to pay your bills and rely on Medicare to provide you with health insurance. You're not up there with the Trumps and them. You don't socialize with them. You don't have access to what they have access to. One, so there's class. So even where race might unite you with someone like Trump, class comes in and just severs that connection entirely. And you yet and still choose your race. You all made your motherfucking beds, lie in them. What the fuck does that have to do with us now? We've been suffering. We just knew we would be suffering more under someone like Trump, and we just wanted to prevent that for everybody. But this is what you all wanted. Who am I to argue with the will of tens of millions of Americans across the country? Let America get exactly what America wanted. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
A question for all the white folk that responded to the last video. In the title, it says a message to white supremacists and black people. If you're not a white supremacist, why are you responding to the video? See, this is the problem I have with y'all milk bones. You don't seem to comprehend common sense. You don't seem to be able to mind your own business. You can't seem to be able to just be an adult and keep scrolling. If it don't apply, let it fly. The message was clear. I'm only talking to white supremacists and racists. But just like in history, y'all seem to jump in front of bullets that's not meant for you. And by the way, when you come trying to name call with me and try to attack me, guess what? I don't know what you think I'm finna just cower in a corner, shaking in my boots. No, we can get it cracking. Whatever you want to do. Side note for a second. Black folks, this is why it is impeccably important, absolutely mandatory, why we have to stop contributing to our own social demise. We have to stop with this internal war we got going on. To black women, your trauma is valid. We understand. At least the good black men, the real ones like me, we understand your trauma. We understand how you feel. We understand what you're trying to say. But you also have to understand where we coming from, what we trying to say, and how we feel in order for it to be a two-way conversation. In order for us to move forward and make progress, you cannot expect to just speak blindly on either end, from black man to black woman or black woman to black man. You cannot expect to just speak blindly without being able. NBA Youngboy, Little Dirk, Megan Thee Stallion, Sexy Red, and that's becoming a part of who they are. Now back to the pale skinned vampire. I don't know who told your pale, pasty, ugly, milk bone ass that we give a two damn cents about anything you think about us. See, this is the arrogance that they have. They believe that we can't exist without them. They believe that if they weren't in America, it would just fall apart. Newsflash, Dodo Bird, it's falling apart with you in it. Newsflash, Dodo Bird, nobody in the world globally likes you. Newsflash, Dodo Bird, you owe everybody in the world billions and trillions of dollars. Newsflash, Dodo Bird, we're constantly having water and food shortages and coin shortages everywhere. Chicken, eggs, we having shortages everywhere. Where are you thriving at? You ain't number one in education. You ain't number one in nothing other than war. And quite frankly, China done built a bigger army than you. And I'm not gonna lie, right? Cause I'm kind of petty, right? All China would need to do, Rip, for real, is put some money behind the Black American community, and we might do the job for them.
I want to be very serious with all of you right now. No sugarcoating, no spiritual bypassing, and no pretending it's going to be okay just because that's the way you want it to be. Take a look around. This administration is doing exactly what it said it was going to do. The courts aren't stopping it, Congress isn't stopping it, and let's be honest, at this point, it really feels like no one can stop them. So the question I keep asking myself every day is, where is all of this going? What's going to happen to America? And here's the truth, and honestly, I don't care how uncomfortable it is to hear this. If nothing changes, this country is headed straight for a full-blown authoritarian nightmare. And I am not saying that to be dramatic. I'm saying it because it is already happening. They're coming for immigrants right now. They're going to come for the protesters next, then the dissidents, then the journalists, then people like you and me. And honestly, if you don't think it can happen here, you might be asleep at the wheel. No offense. We are entering a time when every single person is going to have to choose a side. And let me tell you right now, there is no middle ground. There's no neutral zone, and silence cannot be an option, my friends. You are going to start to see states rejecting federal laws. You are going to see governors taking stances that are both good and bad, and you're going to see people breaking away, not just geographically, but spiritually and morally, because right now, there are now two versions of America forming. One is ruled by fear, surveillance, and blind allegiance, and another that's made of people like you and me. People who still believe in dignity, compassion, freedom, and equality, and a power that flows from the people up, not from the top down. So what happens next? Well, it depends entirely on what we do, not on elections, not on the courts, but on the people standing together, boycotting, protesting, organizing, and creating. Because if we don't rise now, if we don't unify now, we are going to wake up in a country we do not recognize. And by then, it will be too late to do anything about it. So please, my friends, hold the line. Because we are in a hostile takeover happening in real time. And the only way we stop it is together. Please share this video everywhere. Thank you and be safe, my friends.
This is all I got from this video, and I am of the opinion that give them back what they gave back. There is nothing as beautiful as that. What you bring is what I return back to you. It's easy. No need talking so much, and that it's on period. Let me start with the sister that said that he actually said that he does not like people that did not vote for him, and that is true. I somehow brought a video like that some time ago. I can't remember, maybe like some days or last week, and he said it. If you did not vote for me, hate, yeah, and you all already know that he knew that people that look like me did not vote. So a very, very huge reminder that he is not for you. And it's not new. It's not like we don't know, but we love the fact that he actually came out to say it and all that. And sincerely speaking, like this Priscilla, right? Priscilla, I hope I'm correct. Yeah. She talked about how black people, they want black people to suffer in silence. This is it. You see this particular thing? This is it. They want you to just suffer and suffer in peace, like whether in peace or in pieces, but just do not speak it out. Do not say it out. Whatever you are going through, just suffer it and let it remain with you. This is true. They don't want you to speak because they can't stand you speak. That's why majority at times when you tell them what they are doing, they tell you to get over it because it is not, they do not even want you to speak. They don't want to hear from you. I mean, whatever you have to say is not important. So let them continue to focus because it's really crazy. Like she talked about how people quite, like sincerely speaking, how do they quietly or loudly go to someone's comment section to drop a very nasty, and then you, sincerely speaking, sometimes I am like, how? Because there is this rule that I have, and that is, if I am not okay with what you said, I must not drop my comment. You see that nonsense comment you are planning to drop on someone's comment section. You can choose to move away, go away, just walk past it. It's okay. That is also maturity. How did the brother say it? If he does not consent, let it fly. I mean, there is how black people say it. Just keep going. You don't have to come out to embarrass yourself. You don't have to come out to tell us that you have opinion about black people. It's none of black people do not care, right? And the truth is that black people have been giving them that soft hand and all that. And the soft hand it's just like when you train a child with that softest hand, especially grandmas that may have finished training their kids. When they start training their grandchildren, they are the softest. I know what I am saying. If you're a grandma, you should take your sub. They are the softest and the sweetest. It's because they are already they are done nurturing. So what they are training, they are done training. What they want is to have the best time with their grandchildren and all that. They nurture their grandchildren with everything in them. I said what I said. Yeah, shout out to all grandmas and grandpas. So when you black people nurture these people so much, like you tolerated them, you pampered them so much that they cannot do without that. So they think it's something that is something that they are entitled to and something that must come to them, not knowing the era is gone. Black people are in new phase. So it's either you are in with the phase or you are out. They, at this point in time, they are done, right? They are no longer giving birth. They are not looking for someone that will wake them up in the middle of the night, except it's their own child. So give it back to them the way they give it back to you. I don't know if I told you people how I went to the market and I gave you money. I bought something. I gave you money. I handed money over to you. And why giving me back my money? You threw it. Like you threw the money that you are supposed to hand over to me. Like, are you okay? And one thing immediately, I was just looking at him. I told him that is very disrespectful. And thank God for black people, because I am always prepared these days, like especially when I have to meet with these people. Immediately, what came to my mind, you better do what you preach, because I cannot come here and tell you spend your money where you are wanted, and I am spending my money with somebody that does not want me. Immediately, I say, can I have my money back? Give it to me. You ain't getting anything from me if you cannot serve me right. I took my money back. That was the end. Story. I don't care what happened, what he said behind me and all that. That was not my concern. The major thing is that I took my money back and I gave him back his produce, whatever it is. We really have to be, there is a particular word I want to, but when I remember it, I will say it. But we really have to be conscious of ourselves, not about other people. Be mindful of yourself. Those people, what they have to say does not concern you. It is none of your business. So that energy they are bringing, give it back to them. It makes life easy. And the same people that warn you that did not vote for Kamala Harris are the same people that want you to pamper them. How do you want me to pamper my enemy? See, let me tell us something. I love it when I know that we are not in good terms, or we are in good terms, but you do not care about me. But then it is left for you to know that somebody does not care about you and you are still the person's friend and all that. Yeah, if you are not for me, I am not supposed to be around you. I am not supposed to be close to you. Like you said, that it's ironic that people that did not vote for her want you to tolerate them. How am I supposed to tolerate you? That you are supposed to protect. How am I supposed to protect you? How do you want black people to protect you? Are they armies or police? Do they have Pe0ple? Or do they have armored cars? Or do they have, what do they call that? Bulletproof. How do you want them to protect you? I do not understand how you have gold on your right hand, right? You can do a whole lot with gold. And you have steel on the other one, and you choose to go for steel, right? Go and eat your steel. I am signing out. Bye for now.